Okay, we're with junior-to-be Dominique Buckley. Dominique, thanks for joining us today. Talk about this past year. You had to sit out the whole last year after transferring from Iowa State. What was that like for you?
Well, I thought it would be hard, but it wasn't hard at all, especially with Ryan and Matt being out with me the whole year, and then Curtis coming in at the semester. But it made everything a lot easier. I didn't feel like I was alone. I felt like I had someone there with me the whole time, going through the same things I was going through, and we just made the best of our situation.
What area of your game do you think you improved most in during that time that you have been able to practice against the team and that?
I feel like I improved getting to the basket a lot better. When I came here, I shot a lot of jump shots because coming from the Big 12, everyone was a lot bigger than I was, and I'm not the most athletic player, but I was able to shoot the ball well. And coaches stayed on me about going to the basket and being more aggressive, so I just worked on that, and it's just a confidence thing, actually. So I think as time went on, I got better at that, and it's still room for me to keep improving.
Do you consider yourself more of an inside-outside guy now instead of just a perimeter threat?
Yeah, I do, because it's easy just to be one-dimensional, and like looking back on the way I played before, I could say that I was one-dimensional. I could say that I was a threat from the three-point line, and I could handle the ball, and I could actually get to the basket, but I never could finish. And that's what I worked on, trying to finish in the paint in different ways, not just a layup or whatever. I'm able to score around the basket now.
Now that you're, I guess this past season is behind you, do you see the light at the end of the tunnel? Are you excited to be able to chance to put on a uniform and play in front of the crowd?
Oh yeah, I'm really excited about that. I've been waiting on that really since I've got to college. I've never really played a lot, and when I was at Iowa State, but now that I came here, I sat out this year, and it's just opened my eyes up, and it made me a lot more hungry. Just being able to sit back and watch the guys play, and I'm able to see myself in those positions, and then looking down the bench at the guys that played last year that's coming back this year, and the guys that sat out with me this year. I think we're going to be really good next year. I'm just excited to see what the future holds for us.
Talk about the crowd support even this past season, and then even for the women's WNIT run. Just talk about that support and what you saw from the Toledo community.
I've been here for one season, and I love the crowd. They're great. They show up every day, whether it's a big game or a little game. You still have people here supporting the Rocket basketball. And what I like about it is that we only won 4 games this year, but when I sat down on the bench, I could look across the stands, and I see the same people here every day, yelling at the referees for bad calls and putting everything they have into the game, and just looking at that just makes everybody wants to play a lot more harder and play better. Just give the fans something to come watch us.
Talk a little bit about the type of players that Matt Smith, Ryan Pearson, and Curtis Dennis are. You kind of played on the same team as a scout team for quite a bit of the year this past season. Just talk about them as players.
They're all really good players, and the great thing about it is that each and every one of them brings something different to the table. Curtis is a lights-out shooter. He can shoot the blood out the ball. RP, he's probably one of the hardest working players I've ever seen. He plays both ends of the floor all the time. And Matt, he's probably the most versatile player we have. He can play inside and out. And just playing with those guys and learning what they're good at and learning their moves and things like that, you just realize like how good we could be next year with all the versatility.
And could you talk some about the coaching staff and how they want the best for you as a player and also as a person, and how they push you?
Yeah, well, the coaching staff, I love them. I've only known them for a couple months since I've been here, but I love them. They've stayed on me. They stayed on us as a team. They make sure we get everything we need to get done. If we don't get it done, we're all held accountable for everything we have to do. And I think each and every one of us needs that. Not just us, but every student athlete in America needs that, because it helps us in the long run. They might get on us now for missing like 30 minutes of study table, and we have to run for that, and we're mad about it. But at the end of the day, it's all helping us as basketball players, and it's helping us as people in life.
Okay, one last question. Being from Romulus, Michigan, what was it like this past year to be closer to home and have your family and friends, be able to chance to visit, and then next year they'll be able to chance to see you play in a lot of games?
It was great. It made everything a lot easier for me. If I needed anything, it it wasn't that far of a drive that I could just go home and grab it, or my mom and dad come see me, friends, family. It was a lot easier for me than being out in Iowa. I felt more at home here. It's more of a home feeling. And next year, I'm looking forward to filling the stands with a lot of the Buckley family. I want my whole family to come out here to every game. I'm sure it might not happen every time, but someone's going to be here.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Dominique, and good luck next year.
Thank you.